Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dinah. Today, we're making brown butter, sourdough, chocolate chip cookie bars.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Gonna taste good, I know.
Well, welcome back. This is another recipe with my sourdough series. Today, I'm going to tell you one other delicious cookie recipe using some discard or just some sourdough starter if you have some extra laying around. The sourdough starter makes these brown butter chocolate chip cookie bars so amazing. They're fudgy and gooey and chewy and magic. Plus, you don't have to divvy them out into little cookies. You just throw them in a pan and bake them off, which is great for summer or anytime, if you ask me. The first thing we're gonna do is brown some butter. So come along with me to the stove and I'll show you how to do that. So brown butter, I'm gonna show you how, just in case you never have done it before. Just turn on your heat to about like medium. I've got 10, tablespoons, or I think it's like 140 grams of butter. And we're just gonna put it in a skillet. I cut it down just to get more surface area going, let it melt faster. So browning your butter, you're pretty much cooking off all the water content in it, and then you're browning it and getting all those butter fat, and you're browning them, and it's going to be nutty and delicious, and it adds a ton of flavor. So it does take about 4 to 5 minutes. All right, so at this point, it's just boiling the water off. If there's any extra liquid in that butter, then all the solids you see hanging out here on the bottom, it's going to start foaming in a little bit, and then it's going to start browning, and that's where you get the brown butter chunks, all those milk solids. Yum. I did turn it down to low because it was going to town here. Oh, I can already smell it getting nutty. All right, you can see it's almost like terracotta-ish under there.
Oh, yeah.
So at this point, I'm going to remove it from the heat. I've got my glass Pyrex. I am going to, there, now you can see.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to pour it in really carefully. See if you can see now that it's in here. Oh yeah, see, you can see how nice and amber it is.
Oh yeah.
So I am going to put this in the fridge. It's got to cool off because it's hot. And so I'm going to cool it off in the fridge for probably a half an hour. We kind of want it a little thicker and kind of solidified. And just so it'll cool off, because I don't want to cook with butter this hot with our cookies, because everything will be too melty. So as soon as I get this out of the fridge, I'll be back and we'll start making some cookies. So I chilled the butter and it's set up. I guess it is pretty set up. If you forget it, it's fine. All right, so to this, everything is going to be measured in grams. So I've pre-measured everything because it takes a little bit of time since we're filming this. So we've got our normal suspects of brown sugar and white sugar, and we need 100 grams of brown sugar. So in the bowl that goes, and 100 grams of white sugar. And I am going to mix this up just a little bit before we move on to the next step.
Break the butter loose too.
Break it loose, get it mixed up. So once we add our sourdough, it's a little chunky. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. Now I could say, if you don't want to brown the butter, you don't have to, just soften it, but it adds such great flavor. I mean, if you're going to the trouble of adding some delicious sourdough to make them extra gooey and chewy, you might as well, right? So we're going to add 1 egg. I don't think I even told you, this makes an 8x8 bar pan. So if you want to make a 9x13, just double the recipe. And then we need 100 grams of sourdough. Now this is discard. It's been sitting in my fridge and I'm like, we need to use this up. So I'm gonna just show you another yummy sourdough recipe. And also you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So mine is preheating. Did it just beep?
No, it
No,
didn't.
it hasn't beeped. Okay, so we need 100 grams of sourdough starter or discard. I had this in the fridge, and just like I said, it needs to get used up because I had pulled some out of my great big huge container to make for something else, and then once again life happened and I didn't get it used. So there we go. Put the starter back all together. All right, get that added. Woo! Let's give this a good mix. And while I got it half mixed, we're also going to add a good solid teaspoon of vanilla. I said good solid. Measure with your heart. Vanilla adds such great flavor, like you can't go wrong. And with vanilla, you know, just do it. Go for it. All right. That is nice and fluffy. Now we're gonna go in with our leavening. We've got some baking soda. We need 3/4 of a teaspoon. And some salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. And then we have some flour. I have 190 grams of all-purpose flour. So in that goes. And then we're gonna add some chips. You can use milk chocolate, semi-sweet. You could use peanut butter. You could add nuts. You could add dried cherries because it's cherry season, but just add the dried ones. Cherry and chocolate chip, pretty great combination. Or you can just make them plain like we are. I will say with the brown butter and the sourdough, man, they're pretty magical. Aren't they magical?
I love them.
The more I play around with sourdough, I'm really amazed at what it does to ordinary recipes. All right. Woo! Oh my gosh, if you could smell this, the brown butter in it, oh my goodness. It smells so amazing. Now, if you know they smell amazing, they're gonna taste even more amazing. Let me get some of this cleaned up. Tuck your starter back in the fridge. All right, I have over here, and I think, oh, the milk chocolate chips, I forgot to tell you. They are 170 grams, and it was about half a bag. So if you are making a 9x13 when you double it, just use the whole bag. And as always, the recipe is in the description below. So I'm using my 8x8 pan, and because it is a bar cookie, I'm gonna line it with parchment just so that when it's done, I can pick it up and cut them nicely to serve. And this dough is softer, but it makes it easy to get out of the pan. Oh, the brown butter, my goodness. I know I keep saying that, but it smells so good. Now, I'm not a cookie dough kind of eating person, but this cookie dough is worth eating, in my opinion. So you just kind of want to move it out. It's a little thick and a little sticky. All right, so we're gonna put these in the oven at 350 degrees for about a half an hour. We're gonna check them. Depending on your oven, it might be 25 minutes to 35 minutes. I'm gonna put them in for a half hour at 350. Yum, you guys. I wish you could smell this. Look at these beautiful bars. These are out of the oven, smelling amazingly delicious, and now the hard part is waiting for them to cool so that we can cut into them. So we are gonna do just that and be back in a moment. We're back, and these are cooled. I've taken them out of the pan I let them set for about 10 minutes and then I took them out. If you're serving them for your family, feel free to just leave them in the pan. I'm gonna cut these if you wanna like put them on a platter to make them beautiful to serve. So I'm just gonna pick them up, put on my beautiful cutting board, move that over to the side. They smell so good. And you know, chocolate chip cookies are great, but I have to say, with the brown butter and the sourdough, man, they're magic. Magic. Little crispy, but they are so chewy on the inside. I'm gonna show you. But also, putting on a big cutting board makes them slice so easy. Now these are a little thicker, so I go a little smaller on the serving size. See if I can cut straight. That is also a thing. Yum, yum, yum. See if I can get, I wish you could see like how chewy and gooey these are. They're almost, I hate to say fudge-ish, but they're almost fudgy. You want to have a bite, cameraman Ken?
Heck yeah, I do. Are you
Yeah,
kidding
he
me?
do. And the butter, the brown butter adds such a beautiful nutty. He's sitting over here having a moment.
Man, oh man. Come on.
But I sure hope you guys try these. I know sourdough is kind of a big thing to take on, but I have really enjoyed learning all the amazing things of how it adds so much and really levels up your baking. It's just been really fun to have, and the flavor, man, I didn't realize even adding in with chocolate chip cookies or the peanut butter cookies that you saw earlier, how much goodness and yeah, it kind of just levels up your baking. So I hope you guys try these. Thanks again for joining me in my kitchen as I showed you one more sourdough recipe, what to use with all your sourdough discard or just to make something extra good. I appreciate all your views. You guys don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn that bell on for notifications. I've got lots more delicious recipes coming your way. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you're having a great summer. I'll see you on the next video. How many words can you put into a title? Brown butter, sourdough, I'm not saying discard. Chocolate chip cookie bars.
Sourdough chocolate chip cookie bars with brown butter
butter
and secret spices. Make it.
That's right. Let's see if I can say this because I have it written down.
That was flawless. Flawless.
I was like
victory.
reading it, comma, this,
Yeah,
comma.
that's great. .com. All right.
That would be funny, kind of, or not.
Behold the power of sourdough.
I know, right?
Gonna taste good, I know.